Welcome along to another video. Now here's a job I've been putting off for what seems like almost forever. Well, we're not just talking about a couple of days or a couple of weeks or months, we're talking about years. Now what I'm going to do here in this video is I'm actually going to trim back and repot a very spiky, a very lethal looking Pyracantha. Now before I do that, what I've actually got to do is to trim back the thorny, which is quite near to it now. This Pyracantha started off in into a small waste paper recycling box, which we put a very small Pyracantha into when we actually moved house. Now I still can't believe that this plant has been in this same container for all this time. Now it's a brilliant plant because it puts out these lovely pinky red flowers throughout the summer, and then by the time you get to the autumn and the winter, those turn into red berries. It's the same with the thorny in actual fact. They're very similar plants because their flowers turn into berries. The birds absolutely love them, so I'm very loath to get rid of the plant. Just because it's just great for the wildlife. You can see here I'm being very cautious with the Pyracantha because if you get too close to it, you're not just going to get a scratch. I mean, we're talking about small puncture wounds here. It had grown too high, too tall, and the main stem had actually come right across, probably 10 or 12 feet across to the other side, and was just getting stuck in all the other stuff. So here I'm just clipping up the bits, and then they go into the bins, and they'll go out into the recycling bins out the front of the house, and then the council can compost them on their huge big compost heaps. Now here I've got the loppers, and I'm actually taking off about another 4 or 5 feet. It looks really sort of ungainly. A few tulips out on the deck, which is quite nice. So, there we go. As you can see, the main stem, the bit I'm holding is not the main stem. The main stem actually went off to one side, and that was probably about 1.5 inches. Yeah, about 1.5 inches round. There's the roots I'd cut off. I'm just giving them another trim off because there's no way that I can actually manhandle the Pyracantha out of its container while those are still sticking out. They're just acting like little anchors. Come on, come on. Oh. There we go. And out it comes. It's covered in moss. There was a few weeds and everything there, but clearly the plant was getting most of its goodness down between the two paving stones and in the garden. So here I'm just offering it up into the new container, and as always, because these plants are always quite heavy, I've got too much compost in the bottom, so out it comes again. A couple of handfuls of compost out. We're nearly there, nearly there. Offer it up again. Yeah, that's better. Now as you can see, there's got quite a bit of room. There's probably 2 or 3 inches around that root ball. Filling it up with compost now. Squished it right down in the sides. So there it is, a repotted, retrimmed, very dangerous spiky Pyracantha. I'll just move that to one side because I've now got a bay tree to repot. So here's the well, I call it a bay tree, it's actually more of a bay bush, but you can see right in the centre of the plant there, that's where the original stem was a few years ago. Now these things are absolutely rampant in the garden. If you let them, if you take them out of a pot and put them in the garden, they go absolutely crazy. They get far too big, far too quickly, and can quite easily get out of hand. So we cut off the main stem, well, a good few years ago now. So what I'm holding there are just the shoots that come up from the base. And as you can see, there's more than enough bay leaves on those shoots. So it's into the new pot. There's plenty of room round the side for compost. So we'll get that filled with compost and then shove it over to the other side of the deck next to the Pyracantha. Last thing we need to do is to just give them a really good water. I know that the Pyracantha soil was extremely sort of wet, but we just need to bed in the new compost around the root ball. The same goes for the bay tree as well. Now that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. And if you're watching this video and you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. It certainly does help the algorithm and it helps the channel to grow.